Coverage continuing here today onto the big breaking news out of Bardstown. Tonight, sitting in the Hardin County Jail, Brooks Houck, not only facing murder charges in the case of his former girlfriend, Crystal Rogers, but a whopping $10 million bond. You know, we don't often see a cash bond figure that high, and we want to start with that and the message it is sending to the community and everybody else. Joining me live is Nick Mudd. He's the former Assistant Jefferson County Commonwealth's Attorney in the Violent Crimes Unit, and now with his own firm, the Mudd Law Group. $10 million. What is that message telling us about the evidence, what the judge thinks about this case?
Obviously, the judge is taking it very serious. I'll be honest, in the state of Kentucky, in state court, I've never seen a bond that high. Even in capital cases, triple homicides, I've never seen a bond of $10 million.
Well, we can only read into it right now. What's it telling us? Is it saying a message either about their concern that he would flee the state or about the evidence they have?
I think it could be saying both. Certainly, he may have had the means, I don't know, to flee, and so the judge wanted to make sure that that wasn't an issue at all. And, you know, in addition, maybe the proof that was presented at the grand jury, which we're not privy to right now, we don't know what was presented, but certainly we know they came back with an indictment for not only tampering physical evidence, but also with the highest charge of murder.
What about the probable cause affidavit, which probably has a lot of information we don't know yet? Do you expect that to be a bombshell in this case, since this is now 8 years long?
I think it might have some good information, but I would be curious of what the testifying officer told the grand jury to get them to indict the murder charge.
I want to ask you again about Joseph Lawson. That was the first time you joined us. That was back on September 8th. That bombshell surprise of an arrest. This man charged with complicity to murder in this case. Did his arrest really, do you think, set this into motion now 20 days later to the arrest of Brooks Houck? Do you think he, as a lot of our viewers have been saying, has been singing like a canary to investigators?
It wouldn't surprise me, but I think it was interesting. You and I talked. We saw, when you and I saw the conspiracy to commit murder, not just murder, conspiracy to commit murder, we predicted one thing, and that was there was somebody else involved. And so it doesn't surprise me that there was another indictment coming. Ironically, the weird thing I see with the charges now is Mr. Houck is indicted not just with murder, but with complicity to commit murder. So I think you know where my thought process is going there.
No, well, explain it.
There might be somebody else involved. There could be more charges against someone else, because Mr. Lawson is indicted with the conspiracy to commit murder, which is kind of the planning phase of it, but he's not charged with murder. But we got Mr. Houck now charged with murder, but not just with murder, but with complicity, which would indicate that there could be a second party or third party. We don't know.
And Lawson specifically, the charges are even more than tampering physical evidence when he, quote, destroyed, mutilates, concealed, removed, or alters physical evidence. And then we saw that one search down there. I mean, he comes from an excavating company that was focused on a driveway, a concrete driveway that had been poured. What does the charge there specifically tell you?
Well, we don't know exactly what evidence it goes to, but it could mean a variety of things. Did it involve disposing of a weapon, disposing of clothing, disposing of a body, hiding an evidence, hiding a gun, hiding a knife? We don't know. So it could go to a variety of things, but certainly the way that it's charged would indicate they have something to go forward on Mr. Lawson that he either hid or destroyed or mutilated or got rid of some sort of evidence. And not only did they charge him in complicity, which again means most likely he did it with somebody else.
Wow. Okay, the arraignment's next Thursday. Nick Mudd will have you back next Thursday, and maybe we'll learn a lot more information and see how this all plays out. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me on.
All right.